Martin West, and today I celebrate alternate picking over 1 year. My journey began 2018 on the 26th of November. I remember exactly because that was the Black Friday last year, and I bought a little alternate picking course in the internet. And I started out with some video lessons there, and it taught me some basic exercises. For example, picking one string triplets, playing in the right hand just up and down, and playing accents, for example. And bring that up to speed. It was very much fun. So my first challenge was to bring in 100,000 repetitions of these triplets. And I did it in 2 weeks, so I got totally passionate in the beginning. And today I'm passionate too, but it races over the whole year. So, well, that was my first 2 months. And then I got a really big frustration because nothing happened, and it was hard to climb the metronome. I always had to go to reach 200 beats per minute triplets for all the exercises. Well, from then on I got a big frustration in the end of January, I remember. It was the hardest time because nothing happened, and I landed on a big plateau. And I searched for a teacher, and I found one. It was Diego Araujo from Brazil. So I put down a link in the description. He gives Skype lessons, and we got big friends, and he teaches me since February, and we made big results together. He taught me the 3-note per string scale and the pentatonic scale sequences and all that stuff. And we put together now all these sequences. But he also showed me raising the speed and motivated me when I got frustrated. So I'm really happy to meet this guy, because every time when something didn't work, I called him and he told me what to do. In my first month I didn't measure anything, and then I decided to write down every exercise, every single hour I bring in. I wrote down in this map, and there are a lot of papers in here, and in this map I have every single thing I did since I think Christmas in 2018. And so I know exactly what to do and what I did when I did it. And I counted all the hours. So on average I spent 20 hours per week just practicing alternate picking. I did nothing beside that. So I would say I brought in 99% of the time just for alternate picking, and only 15 hours I spent on learning Crying by Joe Satriani. But the rest of the hours, so if you multiply that 20 hours per week, I brought in 1,000 hours over 1 year on alternate picking, and the results are still great. My first exercises I began playing on the Fender US Standard Telecaster, and in January, as a passion racer, I bought this Charvel Sandima style. It lights out from the background, I know. That was my first drum machine and it's my power workhorse. I bought it in January, and after half a year practicing alternate picking, I bought myself this Ibanez RG just as a bonus for staying on alternate picking. My first 3 note per string exercise was playing the major scale up and down, and when I started out I was just able to play it in 60 beats per minute. And now, after 1 year practicing alternate picking, I'm able to do it in 220 beats per minute. And it feels easy. And that's the greatest result I got. So I have some really cool exercises, very cool things. For example, I play a lot of 6 notes per time stuff, and one of the coolest things I can do for the moment is playing in intervals of third in 220 beats per minute, or let's say 110 6 notes per time. That's a world-class level. And the cool stuff is I can talk while doing this. Yeah! It's so fun! Over the last year I got a lot of frustration, a lot of periods with impatience, but I broke through all that mental stuff, and that's probably the hardest thing. So for example, in January I got so impatient to reach 200 beats per minute, but I stuck at 190. That was really hard. That was the reason to search a teacher. And then in August it turns out that I played very fast but very inaccurate, and so I had to jump back 20, 30, 40 or even 50 beats per minute for some licks. That was a big frustration in the beginning, but 3 or 4 weeks later I raised them up again with more accurate pick strokes than I ever thought. Then there was one time where I had to change my pick. I played the big stubby Dunlop first, but suddenly, I don't know why, but suddenly it always slided in different positions in my fingers when I played. That was really frustrating, so I had to find out which new pick I can play, and it ends up on the Chess 3 XL from Dunlop. Then in the very beginning, in the first 2 weeks when I started out, I saw a video where someone said how to hold the pick, and I always hold the pick like this. So I came from playing chords and stuff on acoustic guitar, and then I decided to change holding the pick from this to this. So now I hold it like this and it's a lot better. But the first 2 weeks learning that, after 10 years playing guitar, you change how to hold the pick. That was really hard, but it worked. It was no problem. After 2 weeks it got second nature. and I remember a few weeks ago there was also a very hard time because I played some sequences without a fret rep, and it sounds like this. Yeah, I learned then how to mute the strings, and that was the last thing I learned. Now look at that, it sounds like this. The last year was very, very cool, so compared with all the other years I played guitar, it was the hardest but coolest year ever, and I don't want to miss that. Yeah, when I play 200 or 210 beats per minute, I can do that 5 minutes in a row without getting a hurt here in the arm. So that means that I didn't max out, and I definitely want to reach my high speed in the future. Where it ends, we will see. But for now, I just need to shred. Let's go.